I thought it would be done for at least until Monday because Super Bowl's this weekend, and when I get locked into something like this, I don't want to stop, and I lose all track of time. And it's like, okay, let's play for a bit. 2 hours later, I need something to eat. Hour and a half later, restroom break, and then next thing you know, it's like 8, 9 o'clock at night. So right here, oh, there we go. There we go. This is the aftermath of last night's run. I got. I wanted to see if I could do 2 hours. I was actually thinking that it was going to be somewhere in the neighborhood 2 hours 5 minutes, but we got 158, so I got my 2 hours. It basically tells me I've got the basics down, or I can remember. I don't remember everything, but I've got enough of my awareness that I can definitely make trouble if I want to, or rather, these runs. Now, the big thing that I'm after is the number on the far right, sum of best. No, the hardest part about sum of best is if you hit sum of best, well, you'll never hit sum of best because as your times fall, sum of best is going to fall. So if my current run eventually becomes 152, then my sum of best could easily be something like 145, 144, something like that. So, yeah, I'm happy with it. I'm good with it. Uh, I don't know if we're um currently I'm at 158, which is not bad for being on hiatus since about May or June. Uh, Reality is, I think to get back into fighting shape, I got to be somewhere around 152. Oh, world record I think is somewhere around 130 something. I haven't checked standings today because I was actually like I just woke up. I couldn't sleep, so I'll check world record in the morning. Uh, it's not like we're going to make any more serious attempts today, but we're going to do Santa Barbara. But I do say in my heart of hearts that one, oh, you're fine. You're fine. Believe it or not, I'm probably about another 2 to 3 weeks off from being able to probably get close to world. This is just trying to get muscle memory straightened out right now. All right, so let's get going. I'm going to do no. So we're going to continue, and we're going to do flashback Santa Barbara. Mm. All right, have a good rest. I'll see you later.
Hey, buddy. What's wrong? I got you.
This
Yeah,
is what I'm going to
it's
say.
okay.
100%. There's
We're
nothing
good.
like having a cast and crew to bounce off of.
Dina! I'm in the kitchen! You want some fresh air?
I think the best thing I could say is I would eventually love to be able to have, once the full setup is running, is
You all in?
have
What are you doing out?
have Discord
Hang on,
open
buddy.
and just
Yeah,
have
there you go.
VC running,
It's pretty, right?
and
You know what?
that way
All right, little spud.
I can
Maybe
get
we should go check on Mama.
that way you can hear who I'm actually talking to without filtering chat. I mean, at this point, there's nothing but maybe occasionally 4 or 5 people that may filter through at any one time, so you can see it through the chat logs. Will it let me? No. Haven't triggered
Oh,
it
what's
yet.
up, you little goobers?
Hey. Thanks for doing the dishes.
You can thank me by putting on some music.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do. How about some tunes?
This is one of the things that I really,
windy,
really
huh?
like about Naughty Dog.
Oh,
They
hey.
do sunset and late afternoon, just the lighting and the ambiance and all that junk. They do all that really, really well.
Oh, fuck yeah! I love
Like,
this song.
look at part
Mama's
1
very easy to please.
and how
I'm with
many
you. My bar is
sectors
very
take place in late afternoon. Oh, that is gorgeous. I can't wait till we go outside and look at that.
Ooh, look at those moves.
These moves?
Yeah.
Ooh, look at Mama go.
Mm?
Oh, wow. Ooh. Oh, no.
This is kind of working on me.
And by the way, if you haven't heard that
Okay.
album, Shaken by a
You're
Low Sound
distracting
by
me.
Crooked Still, then you really should.
Oh, okay. All
I've
right.
had it
Go.
in rotation on and off at work at different times, and it's definitely great music. See, look at this. Look at this. This is what I'm talking about. Look at how the sunlight looks. That's definitely. And the only other way I can say it, I think about that as well is look at.
I'm gonna go hang up the line.
Here we go. Look at this. Oh, look at that. That's just magnificent.
Come say hi.
We will.
But like Bill's Town, even better. Look at the
jacket?
HBO
He's
series
fine.
when they come. Like, look at when they come to Bill's house in episode 2,
More?
You can tell me this time.
or even just the way like the house, like everything is
stop?
filmed in the house. Oh my gosh, it's just
Okay.
I
Enough.
oh,
Seriously?
maybe it's the art freak in me because I just, but I love.
You want to pet him? Here.
I can honestly tell you, just like there's
oh,
nothing
gentle,
like
gentle,
early
gentle.
morning, nothing like twilight, nothing like
There you
dusk,
go.
and I can 100% say there's
Hey.
a difference
I'll
in
take
some
him.
of these things,
Can you
even
put the
if
sheep
it's
into the
ever
barn?
so
I got
slight.
it. I can do it.
Yeah?
But
Yeah.
getting
Don't you
those
rest it up?
colors, the hues,
Okay.
right in
Here.
the sky and the clouds, getting the shade and the interplay of light and the
Come on.
shadows it casts and
Get in
things like
there.
that. Oh, that just takes work. Just
Stay
like
out too long. He still needs a bath.
I'm like the
Days
herding
Gone.
master.
Like if you sit and watch the day-night cycle for Days Gone,
Listen up, sheep.
oh,
Your dinner awaits you in the barn. So
especially
come on.
like my favorite part
No
of
eat.
the day-night
Barn
cycle
time.
of Days Gone is
Daisy.
on the days
Right
where
on.
you have a clear night. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
You want to talk
That's a lot of
about
sheep.
gorgeous? The stars.
How many do you think that is?
I don't know who made the choice for that.
One,
Oh, that guy that guy
two.
should have been like
Better stop.
not
I'm
just
sleepy.
getting a raise, but that person should have been like paid whatever they wanted just to render stuff like that.
Eugene. Hey, inside. Todd. Move it or lose it.
We definitely have way too many sheep.
Okay, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
And this is another one. Look at this. Well, the other thing
How'd
is,
you get
look
out?
how it goes from being very warm to be orangey to brown and harsh. This is how you go from. I mean, and even if this is perfect, come on. Why are you stuck? Oh, you're stuck. Come on. There we go.
Come on, little dude.
So, and then that all becomes about setting a mood. I mean, it's crazy because you can see the orange,
Alright, come on, little guy.
but
Kinda
it's
ain't
almost like it's being subverted by this harsher brown. I will tell you, like, if from everything I know about this game, I guarantee you that door, there's nothing beyond that door. That door is literally where that entire area stops. So all it is that corridor and Ellie and the steps. If there's anything beyond it,
Okay.
it's probably if there's anything beyond it, it's probably uh theoretically a very low poly jewel model laying on the ground or standing in a pose if he's there at all. But he's probably not. So there's probably Ellie, that entire little hallway, staircase, whatever. See, look at that. See how the grass just blows across it. See, look at this. This is all day. And then look back there. And it's just such depth. But getting back real quick, there's probably nothing there. They queue up the Joel track, and they have it set in the way the placement is just beyond that door, and that's it. And that's probably because one of the things that goes without mentioning is a lot of this stuff is, even for PS4 or PS5 or whatever, is very resource intense. So I guarantee you, the farther out you go, the less texturing there is. Like, let's see if we can get closer in and see what's up. Okay, so back up. There we go. That's better. So I guarantee you. Okay, you see. Watch how the wind blows across the grass, and you can see that it stops right about where the fence is. Not this fence, but look all the way back at the wooden fence. But you can tell, since it's in clumps and pieces, you can see the clumps that are active and they're not. And then beyond that, it's probably just dressing grass, and everything's textured, but just enough. But once you get past right around where the trees are, I guarantee minimal textures, and then there's just textures, and that's it. Even the mountains are just textures. I mean, let's look over here real quick, and we'll get, I promise you, I'm just noodling right at this point. But look, I wonder if you can even do photo mode. So Alright, so zoom out. Alright, so as you can see, that's just definitely right about all you're going to get. See, look at that. Yeah, and that's also where the camera's fixed, so you're not going to get much out of it. So let's roll back out just a little. So like that tree's probably very well done. The house is probably basic textures. All right. And that's about it. And one of the things that I think bears mentioning is the reason why all this stuff is done the way it's done is because you're still putting a load on the system with all the resources you have to load into it, things like that. So you're going to try to keep the load on it as minimal as possible by, if you don't have to load it, you don't load it. See, look at that. This is see, like, look at this. This is the cold light here. This is beautiful. I mean, and this is what I need. I just love gushing over this. And it's not. This is one of the reasons why people make AAA games. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm one of those guys that's in the camp that I would prefer less, not more. I would be happy with less, not more, if it meant more games, if it meant people being able to be happier with the work-life balance and things of that nature. Yeah. I'm also understand the mindset that Ruga Studios is probably, at least to me, one of the cleverest companies out there. Hold on. I think Ruga Studios is probably one of the smartest kids in the room because they've been making Ruga games since I think PS2 generation, I think. And they've managed to raise reusing assets into an art form. Every time a new Ruga comes out, it doesn't look like a light years leap. Well, I mean, a couple times it does look like a light years leap, but overall, it feels like the game just gets cleaner and better, neater looking, and better in aim and better in fidelity. And plus, they're not breaking the bank because they're using assets they already have on
It's
board.
not gonna be on that side. It's all evens.
Yeah, maybe I should. That sucks.
All quiet now. Good. Here's something. Let's see.
I mean,
Good enough.
could you imagine a franchise lasting as long as Ruga has on the basis of using what they have on hand asset-wise to keep development costs low?
Is it really nothing? Can't be.
So, here. Oh, there we go. I mean, theoretically, you could have done what
Lev, I think we're done here.
Ruga's done,
No,
Studios
wait.
done, and you could have had
You find something?
a very long-lasting series like this.
Scratches.
But
Scooch.
that's neither here nor there. And in Naughty Dog's case,
Hello?
it wouldn't work because their mission statement after Uncharted 2 came out feels very much like they were dedicating themselves to push the boundaries
that's all.
of the medium.
Oh.
Maybe not with earth-shattering mechanics, but
Okay.
by
fine. You
creating
were right.
something really good
What was that?
with great
Why do you
gameplay,
make
great
me repeat
storytelling.
whenever I'm wrong?
Because it makes me feel better.
So let's see. I think
Because it happens so
the best way
rarely.
to say it is they're more about crafting the gameplay, the experience, versus the game. It's just simply the game. And for them, it takes time. I mean, look at Interstellar. I think
How would she get up to the street from here?
personally, I think if we do see Interstellar at this point, it's only going to be when the game is ready.
This
So
is promising.
I highly doubt we're going to see Interstellar I highly doubt we're going to see Interstellar again at the if we see it at the VGAs, whoops, wrong way. We gotta do something about that. I feel like if we see it again at the VGAs, it'll be
Here we go.
with an announced date.
Okay.
I think it's been almost... You know what? Hell with it. Hold on. It's 2:06, but whatever. Alright. Hold on. We're consulting. Okay, so Interstellar was announced. In fact, it's been a year. The trailer for it dropped on December 12th, 2024. As far as I can recall, because no, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. And Dom the Bomb. Whoa, Dom the Bomb has some updates on it. I'll have to look at that before I hit the head. He's hitting the bed. But Interstellar. Uh, they showed a trailer in 2024. Late 2024. So I think it was fall 2024. So let's see. So it was probably somewhere about 15 odd months ago. So so if they said the game had been in development for X amount of time, like
Now
2 or 3 years at that point,
Mesa Bluff.
it's at 5.
From here, in Santa Barbara proper
No,
is...
it's close, somewhere around a 4-hour year mark. So we might be, if we're lucky. It's a clicker. Oh, runner! Whatever. That's fine. I just want to enjoy this. So there's 2 runners.
Back to it.
It felt like there was more like 4, but 2 runners.
All right.
2 runners. Clicker.
Hope I can cut through here. Okay. Santa Barbara's downhill. 24, 25 constants.
I mean, my hope is, if we see Interstellar, my hope is that we get to see it next year. And it's at a point where they can, at the very least, start promoting.
Tracks to resort. Tall round building. Tracks to resort. Tall round building.
And I think I'm probably going to end up running some Santa Barbara practice at some point, just because I know Ellie's is the longest section of the game. If Ellie's is,
Damn it. Shit. All right.
Abby's is the fastest. 100% Abby's the fastest of the 2, which is why I always like playing Abby's, because it's like, okay, if I clear it faster, then I can do more faster.
I think he got out alone.
He's got a gun. That takes help.
Who the fuck are these guys?
You just wish he had, because then it means he didn't steal a gun and walk out the fucking door. Stray! There!
I've heard worse. So, I don't know. I'm hoping that if anything, maybe they're beyond schedule, and maybe we'll hear something sometime this year about Interstellar, and maybe Interstellar will finally break cover next year.
Oh, God.
But
Looks like a tall round
and
building.
I don't doubt that there's been so much speculation on it that's not even, which is fair because
How do I get in
everyone
there?
wants to know what this game is. Everyone wants to know what the game is like. Everyone wants to see and get hands on with it. Other than using the same Naughty Dog engine, I really don't think there's anything much to be gleaned. And I mean that simply because the Naughty Dog engine has been around since Uncharted.
I can't feel anything.
Okay.
And as someone once said, this is why we practice.
What happened? I don't know. It's gotta be a fucking strain. Shit. Spread out. Guard the tower.
Yeah.
I got her! Over.
And then they back. That's the other thing. They back off. Alright, so interesting thing about that, real quick. They back off right there. Like, soon as you pass those doors into the stairway, they back off.
Open the fucking door!
Why? Why would someone open a door? And I kind of understand why some people scream at you, expecting you're gonna follow order no matter how unreasonable or wrong they are. And it's because they yell at you. I mean, Army and military talk about, and I hear this in law enforcement, and I've heard this in the military, but in different ways. They talk about command voice. And it's not just the voice. It's not just the loudness. It's the intonation and all that. And it's a voice that's supposed to make you feel more compelled to, comply with whatever demands, because it's a voice that basically says, hey, listen to me
Abby?
because I'm in charge. And there she is. But, you know, the difference is, if you're too strong-willed, you're not. If a person's got a strong enough will, they're not going to listen. If someone's, I'm watching this. I'm going to slip. See, I, I need to figure out what the thing on that is. That's one of the big things there. Every playthrough I've done on this, Ellie has slipped on that first step up. This is one of those things I talk about where I feel like Naughty Dog could have a dedicated mode where all the stuff that's in service of telling a story is stripped out, and it becomes purely about hitting all the gameplay beats. It's not No Return. Okay, so that's good because that's the second phase. Okay, so we're at second phase. That's good. I mean, big thing is, other big thing I've thought about is if there were a theoretical third. The big thing I've thought about is if there was a theoretical third game, would we see Ellie and would we see Abby again? It depends, and I mean that from the standpoint, just like Neil said, the third game would only come about if there was a story to tell that would advance. I think basically he was saying there would have to be a story to tell, and have to be a meaningful story to tell, and I think by a meaningful story it means all the characters are changed in some way, shape, or form. Like what went on with part 2, what went on with part 1. And there is a way for that to happen, and there's a way for it to happen where they're no longer enemies it's a unstable alliance, as it were. And I mean that because Abby would rather be anywhere. I love that, how the house goes from just cold and gray to just a little bit of warmth. So, and clearly you could also see that in there, you can see like there was a definite passage of time because, you know, there are leaves, there's the like, but you can also tell. This is what it feels like. It feels like when she left she left and she basically went, I can't be here anymore, and she went home. But she didn't take everything with her. She just left and went home, and then she came back, and everyone she just like packed up everything and left. And they basically packed up everything that could be moved, because the couches and all that stuff. Like, let's go upstairs real quick. See, look at that. Bed's still there. The mattress is still there. But at the same time, I can't help but think she left all of that in a way. Like, look at this. It feels also like she left a lot of that stuff, and then you can see, like, all this is falling in on itself. And it just feels like she left it saying, okay, this is your home now, not mine. But, let me get back to the point I was trying to make before. I think that if Abby were in a third game, it would have to be something where it would be meaningful for Ellie and Abby to cross paths again. And I think it would, and I feel like neither one wants to cross the paths with each other anymore, because Abby's like, if I see you again, I'm going to kill you. And Ellie's like, but here's the thing, this will show you literally how much things change between the end of Washington, Seattle, and Santa Barbara. Abby let Ellie go and said, if I see you again, I'm going to kill you. And Ellie barely survived. It was a fight that Ellie barely survived. At the end of Santa Barbara, it was a fight that Abby barely survived. And versus Abby's violence and bravado of, if I see you ever again in this life, I will end you. Ellie is like, at this point, she's now like, this isn't what I want, this isn't what I want, this isn't what I want. I don't know what I want, but I want to go home.
People that came through last week.
So it feels very much like Abby would be like, I'd rather be anything where both of them would rather be anywhere than next to each other, because Abby doesn't want to be Ellie would be a reminder of everything she lost.
Yeah, I know.
And you need to stop harassing Jesse about my patrols.
For Ellie,
Okay.
Abby represents the revenge that she no longer desires.
Dina.
And it feels like it would be one of those things where it's a very shaky relationship, like a shaky union, because
I don't know why she did that.
both don't want to fight, both don't care to fight. But imagine not wanting to fight, not caring to fight, and being afraid that you're going to end up fighting this person.
I have no idea
But,
what that girl's
I mean,
intentions are. But
I don't think they'd fight, but imagine not being able to trust the person that you're being partnered with.
Such an
because
asshole.
they tried to, and it's purely because they tried to kill each other.
I'm not trying to.
I was supposed to die in that hospital.
Because Abby killed Joel and Ellie killed all of Abby's best friend, all of Abby's friends. So you know what the other both of them know what the other person is capable of, and they've grown beyond the, you know, they have grown beyond the bloodlust, but they've also just been violenced out. So it's one of those things where this is nothing but trouble. I don't want to deal with this, and they have to. And whereas Abby is looking for her own path forward and looking for her, and she's looking for her own path forward, which is found. She's looking for her own redemption and forgiveness. And that was, I think, the whole point of the thing where she sees Jerry and he turns and looks at her. Because it feels like that was the point of her saying him everything being all right. Now that's where Ellie is. Well, she's where Abby was, which is trying to figure out that portion of her life. Yeah, no, it's late in the overnight hours and I'm ready to fall asleep. I think I'm gonna play a couple of I'm not gonna do No Return. I'm gonna play a couple of encounters and then I'm gonna call it a night. Yeah, cause it's 2:30. But quit the main menu, yes. But like I said, it would have to be something that moves things forward and moves the characters forward. And as I said, there is a way forward, but it would have to be written as such. I mean, in theory, and at the same time, it does make perfect sense in a theoretical third game. I mean, I know you realistically, this is all about Ellie, but now that you've introduced Abby, you kind of maybe you want to see it through. And I'm saying if you want to see it through, you have to create a situation for that to happen between the two of them. And I like that. Like, here's one mechanic. Here's something that you could do mechanic wise. You could see like in the Abby half and the Ellie half if there's Abby and Ellie and they're partnered together. You could see just by the way the AI works, the AI won't hinder you, but it won't help you in certain situations. And it becomes something where, yeah, you could probably get away with not helping the person, but what it doesn't make it any easier and it doesn't make matters better. Because let's say the AI character, and you do it by introducing a favorability mechanic to it. I mean, it's not going to affect the overall game because Naughty Dog is, I mean, they could subvert themselves and have multiple endings. But I don't think that's what Naughty Dog's about. I don't think that's what they would want either. So what you would do instead is, and this is purely a gameplay thing, and it does change a bit over the course of the game to reflect the character's evolving relationship. But let's say every time Abby gets, let's say your run through is Abby as your helper, Ellie the main, Abby as helper. Anytime Abby gets plussed, you help and kill the person that's plussing Abby. Red plussing Abby. That adds a little plus to likelihood of Abby helping you. And it's not just like the more you do it, the more likely is she is to come to you directly, disengage with whoever she's fighting, and come help you if you get grappled. That's one thing. If you're low on ammo, she tosses you. I mean, she'll still toss you ammo, but if you're low on ammo, it's more likely she gives you more ammo. If you need health, you're more likely to get either crafting ingredients or medkit. So that's what that system works off. Your plus and minus. The less you help Abby, like let's say there's also things like you could help her during traversal. Like if you climb up something, you could turn around behind and reach up. Yeah, it's something that Abby could probably climb herself, but again, that increases your favorability rating. So what it does is Abby's more likely to help you, and the game can get easier because combat gets easier because Abby's focus is less on her own objectives and her own targets and more about cooperating with you. So you introduce that mechanic. And to be honest with you, I would rather, here's the thing, I'd rather not make it one of those types of mechanics where you go all out and say, yeah, the more you work with Abby, the better off things are. No. You want people, that's one of those mechanics that you want people to discover on their own. Because if they discover it on their own, then you do get things like I said, this is another one of those favorability things. Maybe you're trying to solve a puzzle and Abby comes over and helps you solve the puzzle or something like that. Maybe you're trying to get a locked door and because you missed an artifact or something like that, maybe she picks up the artifact and she's like, hey, I think this might help. Or maybe you're trying to shiv a door and she says, out of the way, and she kicks the door in. It's a way of using that partner mechanic. And, like I said, in the end, the favorability rating may not change the game's ending or anything like that dramatically, but maybe a couple of extra cutscenes here and there if the favorability rating is high enough, or maybe a cutscene here or there if the favorability doesn't go high enough. Just things where you can notice that the tension is there, you can notice the tension's not there. Counters. Santa Barbara Resort. Very nice. Alright, start. Will it happen? I don't know.
Come on, you can do it. Just a little closer, buddy. I promise you might do this time.
Okay.
This is going to be the hard part. Oh, no, it is not. No, it is not. That's not cool. Nice. But what would the story be? I don't know.
Guard the tower!
Jack?
Jack? Found it! Over there! Hey! You're dead! You hear me? You went back that way! Open the fucking door!
Try again. I'm gonna do one more.
Come on, you can do it!
I can't feel anything.
Fuck that! I promised you might do this.
Okay.
Stray! Got a stray! Right here!
What happened? I don't know! We got her! Over here!
Nice.
God damn it!
And there's the slowdown. That's one of the, that was one of the things I kept finding was I would love to know the like just the mechanics behind it, but that's something I've found several times, which was just this preponderance to that.
Come on, you can do it!
I can't feel anything.
Fuck that! I promised you might do this time. Judy! We're under attack! Take them over there, quick!
Saw something. Check that. What the hell was that?
Stray! Shit! On the couch!
What happened? I don't know.
So it's gonna be easier. This way.
Spread out! Guard the tower! God! Caught him!
Yeah, so it's definitely a better we'll do one more. Because yeah, it is fun. It is quick.
Come on, you can do it. A little closer, buddy.
Okay.
Judy?
Run away! Here!
Cool.
Whoa! Nice. Not bad. Nice.
Right over here!
Right! You fucking dead!
Just thank you.
What happened? I don't know. It's gotta be a fucking stray. Shit. Spread out. Toward the tower. Pete? Todd!
Nice. So look at it. Less than a minute. Not bad. And that comes from labbing this section repeatedly. Like I said, there's a handful of things that I've been doing in my off time that
Okay.
We got something. I got it.
No, I'll watch your back.
Over here!
We've been hit. What happened? I don't know. It's gotta be a fucking stray. Shit.
God! The keeper back there! Got him!
He goes over there!
so theoretically, yeah, you could probably get away with running that entire gauntlet. The only problem with running a gauntlet like that is you get plinked a lot, and usually, and the problem with that when you get plinked a lot is you get pushed left, right, and you can move, but you're not able to run because every time you start the sprint, you get shot, and what'll happen is you'll stagger. So that's so you only have in situations like that you only have two options: thin the herd out enough that you can proceed without getting plinked, or you're gonna have to do this. You're gonna have to chicken walk. And chicken walk is run cover, and this is what I call chicken run or walking or chicken running. Is you dash and duck, dash, duck, dash, duck. Like let's say you're in open, you run, and then you may only run 6 paces, and then you buy a table, then you crouch and you just walk. You get past the table, you get up, run again, and you do it that way because so that you the little awareness indicator circle doesn't fill out and pop awareness. There's a couple of things where you can automatically and I know it's not automatic, but it's I guess the easiest way to put it is when you're blatant enough about what you're trying to do that the game just goes, you know what, look dude, you're caught. And that's basically what it is. Um, Before I pop off, I think we're done for the weekend. If I do anything, it very well may be Sunday in the morning or Saturday in the late afternoon, early evening, depending on how I feel. Um, are we going to run? I don't know. Are we going to do practice? I don't know. We're going to do no return. I don't know. Are we going to take another crack at LE% and see if we can get below 3 hours in a run? I don't know. Because I feel like LE% is going to be LE% is the longest, and I feel like getting Abby to 150 is going to be more important because my overall goal is to get below 4.5 hours full game. So essentially, if I get Abby down to 150, then Ellie would have to be like, let's see, 150 is 2. Ellie would have to be 210 to 230 to get me under 430. And one, every time I've done it, for some reason I haven't had puzzle skipping enabled, and there are a couple other things, but I think given what I know now, here's how I think it's going to work. This is the best way I think it'll work to my ability. The easiest, like, if I do everything the way I want it to work out, uh, getting Ellie to 3 hours, getting Ellie to 3 hours is not out of the realm of possibility. But Ellie would have to definitely be at 2.5 hours to make it. And I have no visual idea how that's going to work yet. I just don't. So we're just going to keep playing the way we've been doing before, and hopefully everything will work out. And if it doesn't, you know what? We'll figure it out then. But for now, I think I'm going to curl into a ball and take a nice long sleep. And then I'll treat myself to ice cream first thing in the morning. Alright. And I think we're done. Guess hopefully I'll see you later.